like you are punching your insecurities in the face and telling them who's boss, like who run it, like this not that, and it ain't gonna never be that. All right, y'all, let's talk real quick with the air on. I don't want to pass out. So basically, I was sitting down in the bed one night, like 2 nights ago, and I was trying to figure out what was the reason for me being fearful, what was the reason for me being for me procrastinating on a lot of things in my life, and me essentially turning 30. I'll be 30. I don't know why I just made that face, but I'll be 30 September 3rd this year. But me turning 30 and not being where I always thought I would be, and everything happens for a reason, and it's really detrimental to your mental health to not beat yourself up and to give yourself grace, because everybody's journey in life is not the same. Everybody's journey is different, and it's different for a reason, because you hold some things naturally that I just don't hold, and then everything else that we just naturally don't hold, we have to learn from life experiences and situations that we have been in. And then some things that we do hold naturally, a lot of us don't even know we possess it, and the life experiences that we are put through in the different situations we are put through in life pulls it out of us. It makes it known to us that we have that attribute, we have that trait, and we have that ability to do. But I was sitting in bed getting ready, trying to fall asleep, and I'm like, dang, I'll be 30 and my life didn't go the way that I had thought it would. Like this was the younger me thinking. Like I had already had this way of how my life was going to go, what I was going to be doing, what, you know, I had it mapped out, and I realized that life just don't work that way. But I kept asking myself a question, like why am I in this place, why I'm not in this particular place, and you know, I'm finna turn 30 and blah 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 blah. And I had realized that really quickly, like it's because of self, it's because of fear. And what causes that fear was my what's my flaws. It was my what's the word, it's another word for it, everything about myself that I wanted to be better, or I didn't like, or that was cringy, or I felt like needed some work. Like for instance, I'm gonna use myself for an example. Me having alopecia, me being bald, me having, in order to like have my hair done, or to, you know, I have to put on a wig, or and also me dealing with being molested as a child, feeling like that, you know, I had no voice. I always lived in this bubble. Like when that happened to me as being a little girl, a very little girl, it kind of stripped my voice away from me, and I felt like I didn't have a voice. I felt like I didn't have nobody understood. I felt like I didn't have nobody. Like I felt like I was just this person that was so misunderstood. Like I was so different from everybody around me, and it was so hard for everybody to understand me, and I just felt really alone. And my insecurities, that's the word. And I realized that during that time, me sitting down thinking about why I wasn't at the place that I feel like I should have been going into my 30s, is because I have allowed the fears that stem from my insecurities to hold me back. So that's the whole point of this video. Like, once I realized why I wasn't at the place, it's like this light bulb that just turned on in my head and made me realize that I had to go through a lot of things in life to get me to the point to where I can overcome those fears, to where I can know why I was put through that particular situation, and learn to use my insecurities as leverage to get me to where I need to be. And I'm like, dang it, like everything I have been through in life have literally built me and literally have pointed things out to me about me that I didn't even know that I even possessed. All because I allowed my fears to speak louder to me than anything else. Somebody just parked outside of me. It's kind of weird. Okay, that person got out the car and went somewhere. I don't know where he went, but like I was saying, I realized that everything that I was going through, that I was being put to, like the test that I was being put through in my life, was put there to kind of like, not to kind of, it was put there to break through the barriers of fears that my insecurities have created. But this whole time I was allowing my fears to speak louder than that woman that I am today. That woman that I'm currently now was screaming at me for help, wanting to be let out and wanting to be freed, but because of my insecurities and how strong, how big I have allowed the fear to be built in me, it was hard. It was really, really hard. And so that was like a really big eye-opener for me, sitting like in a bed talking to myself, like, wow, like that's why I'm not where I'm at. Not so much of because of me being bald, or because of, you know, the different things I had to endure in my lifetime as a child and growing up to become an adult. It was because of me just simply having to go through life and live through certain situations and live through certain problems and go through certain circumstances to help pull things out of me that I didn't even know that I even obtained, that would essentially kill the fear that was created by my insecurities. And it have let me know that it better let me know that my insecurities was given to me as a stepping stone to use to get to where I'm supposed to be. Like, if you think about it, like a lot of our insecurities, a lot of things that we are insecure about, be that very thing that was given to us, is somehow attached to our purpose. That's what I'm trying to say. It's somehow attached to who we are as a human being and what we're supposed to be doing in this earth. Like currently, y'all know I'm a hairstylist. I'm currently in the process of getting away from actually doing hair and, you know, just selling wigs and stuff like that. And I've always been told that people have, in my family members close to me, always told me about dreams they have had and visions and stuff about them seeing me on billboards, me being a millionaire, and me being highly successful with wigs and this motivational speaker and stuff like that. And that's nothing different than what I have always seen for myself. I just didn't know how to do it because that was one of my insecurities. Like, speaking up and talking to you guys, talking to this camera is something that I would have never been able to do about something that was hard for me. Like, this topic is something that would have been really hard for me to talk about a long time ago. Like, when I first started YouTube like 6 years ago, I wasn't sitting talking like this. I was vlogging, like family style vlogging. I was not giving these type of talks, these type of conversations out, because this was something that was hard for me to talk about because I was currently still trying to figure it out myself. I never would have thought that I would be able to sit here and talk to you guys about something like this, because I was the most mute mouth, just non-talkative person when it came to touchy topics like this. And I never thought that I would be the one to be such a big inspiration and touch many people's lives just by doing their hair and just by creating a wig or just by selling a wig, because I've always had this fear of how people was going to view me as being a hairstylist and me not having hair of my own. you know. So it was like, it's like everything that a lot of my insecurities was stemmed to or connected to my purpose in life, I feel. And that's why they talk so loud to you in your ears, because it's there to try to stop you from getting to the place you want to be. So the whole purpose of this video, me getting on here, is to just motivate and encourage you guys to learn how to turn down that voice that's in your head, that's speaking to you, that's constantly reminding you about your insecurities, constantly reminding you about anything that you're dealing with that makes you feel less than, your discolored skin, or your really bad acne, or the fact that you grew up without a dad, you have abandonment issues, whatever it is that you look at as an insecurity of yours, learn to turn that down. And we tend to listen so much to the insecurity or to the fear that the insecurity has created, to where we don't realize that we actually hold powers because of that thing that we've been through. Those things that we've been through or going through literally pulls out the good part of you, the greatness that's in you, that was already in you that you just haven't noticed. It pulls it out of you, which is why you're still standing strong and standing tall today, but just haven't realized it, because you're allowing that voice of fear and your insecurities to talk to you, and you're allowing that voice to be louder and be more magnified over the voice of who you really are. Like, that was such, like, y'all don't understand how in awe I was sitting in a bed like, Kendra, you have came a very long way. And I couldn't do nothing but just thank God, because I was like, man, this was like a real big self realization, like a big self moment, like, to where I was able to look at myself and see the difference from who I once was, and where I once was, and who I once was, and how I was allowing my fear to stop me from becoming who I am now. All because of my insecurities, and the reason why my insecurities was being magnified and attacked so heavily is because them same insecurities is the stepping stones to me becoming my higher self, to me becoming the person that I am now, and the person that I'm on my way to becoming, the woman that I'm on my way to becoming. And it was just a big eye-opener. So, word of advice, I know people hate when people say this because it's easier said than done, and I know that because I'm currently in the place that I'm at now, and I can look back and be like, girl, you came a long way. But all I can tell you is just do it. Like, just do it. Learn to ignore the negative thoughts and practice every single day on creating new thoughts for yourself, and write down all the good things about yourself that you have just learned about yourself that you didn't know you possess, you haven't realized that you carried. Write them down and then speak them back to yourself. Write every attribute down, and say them back to yourself exactly how you wrote them down. That's that's one piece of advice I can give you. The second piece of advice is develop a prayer life. Like, I would be less of me if I didn't put God in it, because I would not have been able to do this without him, and I would not have been able to make it to the place to where I can look back and finally come to a realization like, girl, you are not that girl anymore. Like, you literally have changed, and you are literally beating you are punching your insecurities in the face and telling them who's boss, like, who run it. Like, this not that, and it ain't gonna never be that. Like, I'm literally walking in what used to scare me. Like, I'm walking in confidently, like, with so much confidence. I'm walking into what used to scare me with tons of confidence. Like, y'all don't even understand, like, being able to just, and it almost brings tears to my eyes, because being able to sit here and just talk to y'all and be vulnerable and tell you guys about certain things that I have been through and uplift you guys according to what I have been through, it's a big deal for me. It's a really big deal for me. A really, really big deal for me. It's just a really big deal for me. And I don't know, it just was like a real big moment for me. A real big moment of realization for myself. And I just want to come in here and just motivate you guys. Let you guys know that you can do it. You are bigger than you think. You obtain more than you think. You have everything that you need, and a lot of times the things that you need stems from your insecurities. So don't allow your insecurities to be the reason why you don't do the things that you know you're supposed to do. Don't allow your insecurities to be the reason why you just stop, or you become stagnant, or you become the biggest procrastinator of life. Don't allow your insecurities to speak louder than who you really are, because you literally have everything that you need. You have everything that you need. I promise you do, to become the woman or become that man that you desire to be. It's already in you, and a lot of time them insecurities be the thing that's gonna get you to the next level in life. That's why they're being attacked so heavily. That's why you feel so down about them, because 9 times out of 10 them are the things that's going to be used to get you to where you need to be, to your next level. Insecurity is gonna always be here. It's gonna always be. As long as you're human, there it's gonna always be. But what makes it a big difference is when you can learn how to allow who you really are to speak louder than the fears that stems from your insecurities. I love you guys so much. I just want to come in here and just encourage you guys, because I now just sat down and thought about where I came from and just noticed how much I have changed, and it was a shocker to me, and it just was a big shocker. And I now can talk about it, and I now can like give out a piece of advice or some motivation to help the next person get over it or get to the next level. Like, yeah, your insecurities is not as big as you think they are. They are really minute, and who you really are is the big one. You are the big thing. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Just a little mini car chit chat. Hopefully you guys made it to the end. If you made it to the end, girl, and you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, and I will talk to y'all in the next video. Hopefully it's more planned out and not just so sporadic, because this one was definitely sporadic. I'm sitting outside of the barbershop my husband work at. Hopefully it's more planned out and I can be more, you know, cute, face made up, whatever. I'm still cute when I, but hopefully it's like the scenery, it's like it's more of a calming sitting down setting. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys, and see you in the next video.